Good evening, Free Enterprise, and welcome to another Highway to the Zemus Zone 4 matchup. We have a Stone Dingley versus DekarSMASH in the first of best of three for them in the quarterfinals. I'm Bad Karma. I am joined in the booth by Night Dew. We've got Commander Leonhard doing the tracking. We've got Harumph doing the restreaming. Night Dew, how you doing tonight?
Doing pretty good tonight here. It's kind of a weird day, but always glad to sit down and talk about some free enterprise.
Free Enterprise can just make every day a lot better, depending on if you are the runner or the watcher of the seed.
And by the seat, I am looking at our hero, and haven't we seen enough of this guy already?
Hey, Tella has his uses. He has his place, as every character does. But with his arm raised, that means we will be seeing a whole lot of him today, as he will be our starting character. He can not miss out on experience, so can provide some interesting agility things later on if he gets to be a high enough level. But what about these objectives that we've got?
Well, I mean, we've got one old-fashioned boss hunt, and we have Dwarf Castle, which usually, depending on who we see, is usually pretty easy to do when you hit the underground, usually on a hook route at the very least. Maybe a little less if you hit a magma key, unless you supplement it with an egg or two, but shouldn't be too bad. It just we could have a jet, we could have a long, drawn-out. Where in the world is Element San Diego here?
Oh, absolutely. Wyvern elements both could be, hiding out in some nice or rude places, or they could just be, waterfall and Mist Cave. That is the joy of this flag set. The bosses at Dwarf Castle objective is really interesting. Get underground. Objective is waiting there for you. Just 2 boss fights. Not going to say it's free because there can still be a number of rude things there. But hey, we'll see what the seed decides to give us. But you're right, it could be really fast or it could be a long slog depending on if we have that long chain to get to that darkness crystal.
Yep. Well, let's just throw both of those bosses on a giant where they belong, right?
Hey, I like it. Let's throw both bosses on the giant and let's make the longest chain possible.
For darkness.
For darkness, we need as many crisscrosses as we can think of, starting with a magma key or a hook. We definitely need a rude hook route in there too.
Oh, absolutely. Who is your hook route boss of choice?
So listen, I was eliminated by a Stone Dingley, but I did get a win off of him, and that was due to a Kanatso at Elements with a not very fun party setup. I'm not going to do that to Stone Dingley. That being said, we do need something rude there. We do need I like Magus Sisters there, can be a little troublesome. Ant Lion, definitely a fun one there.
I'm actually a real big fan of whoever this Tella starts with. Let's give them no physical type fighters that have any kind of mage killing equipment. Give them like a Yang. Give them like a anything without a rune axe or a mute knife, and throw a Sura there. Take nice and long there.
You got one right there. We've got a Yang with a starting Gaia drum.
Well, that's at least a little bit of early damage out of the way. That'll get you most of the way through most Hobbs bosses there, or Antline, depending on when you go. But I'm gonna guess it's probably the Eblin Castle to Watery Pass with these two here.
Yeah, I think with this party setup, you're gonna want to loot a little bit extra. You need to maybe find a couple more J items to kind of get through some of these early bosses. Tella is not going to be doing a whole lot until you can get through Ordeals. Yang, he needs his levels, and he's not going to get them right out of the gate here. So I think we're probably going to see a little bit extra looting to start this one off.
Full breakfast, something like that at least. Yang is definitely a late riser today.
Immediate divergence, though. Stone Dingley hitting the Watery Pass and DekarSMASH hitting Eblin Castle.
Like those are the 2 best overworld looting spots there are, or something.
Yeah, and this is really interesting. I know me personally throughout the event, I was definitely a fan of the Eblin Castle looting, unless I had a Tella. Then I would probably go to Watery Pass. Just not having to reset out of the bosses made it really nice to just kind of waltz through, get everything, and get out with the exit spell.
Dingley finding a Boreas attack item and a Leviathan orb already here.
Poison Claw and Diamond Ring. That's actually a pretty hefty pickup. That makes Yang pretty tanky and punchy right out of the gate.
Yeah, that does there, and Dekar's actually already found 2 of those trap chests very early into looting, and I do believe also did find a Silk Web, which is actually also pretty big here. A Heroine Robe, if we ever find anybody can use that, is also an amazing find.
Yeah, and Dekar also finding a Silk Web with no J items on for the duration of this event. Silk Web is a pretty nice commodity to have, especially for that Zemus fight. We don't know what type of Zemus fight we're going to have, but, you know, having that, especially for maybe a Rude Hook boss, as we were talking about, could be really useful.
Oh yeah, the first Silk Web is usually a do not open until there. And unfortunately, one of my other favorite Rubicon spot bosses is unfortunately on Hobbs. Here's Odin.
Yeah, have not found a Thunderclaw yet, so Yang is not going to be doing that 4 times damage, but we do have some Thor Rages.
Yep, and 3 of those if you get that 472 roll here. Unfortunately, threw a Starfail there, and those are in short supply as well. Not exactly what you want to waste here.
Now, I can say that, you know, I am all for using the Thor Rages here to, you know, get through this boss. But you got to be careful until you see that Kanatsu. If Kanatsu's in a really rude spot, you're going to wish you had those 3 or 4 Thor Rages back.
Yep, I did see Dekar picked up an Asura summon, and it looked like, oh, there's a rune ring and a tiara, the Rydia starting kit, over here in Eblan Castle.
With a white spear as well, Dekar is going to be really happy to see that cane up on Hobbs.
Oh, absolutely. That is huge there, and it's kind of dodging those chests, kind of dodging that last, excuse me, dodging that last monster in a box. I believe Dekar only found 2, and yeah, is flying straight for Hobbs. Is going to be extremely happy with that cane sitting there, and most of the DPS issues going to be resolved by that cane.
Yeah, absolutely. And then Stone Dingley doing a little bit of looting here in Antline, finding a Drain Sword. Not going to be all that helpful in terms of agility, but we have seen some stranger strategies involving Drain weapons to get through some rude bosses.
Yeah, unfortunately, Tella doesn't exactly wear those quite well, but yeah, they make a wonderful dart at the very least. And well, there goes our other favorite boss at the Rude Hook spot, as there's Kainatsu.
And we have a cheeky white mage cane going on over DekarSMASH. We just had a white cast come out.
Yep,
question.
Go ahead.
I was going to say question chat from Moleboy. No, we have not gone to Ordeals yet, Moleboy, so Tella does not have stone.
Meanwhile, Stone Dingley is through that fight there, and I didn't even see who it was. All I know is he has already summoned Asuka. That is the harp.
Yep, and that was Kanatsu. So using those Thor Rages, not going to hurt a Stone Dingley as much. Won't need him to be skipping any waves or anything like that. So getting the harp, though, really big pickup there. That has paid off for a number of runners, despite what our restreamer Harumph may want to, you know, tell people while he's in chat. The harp has value usually in this event.
The harp has sometimes value and things like that. Only when you need it not to have value.
Right.
Meanwhile, Dekar's actually going full on through the sand line. Did see a Gaia drum. That's a lightsaber.
Yeah, really big pickup if we can find a Cecil here. Dekar is loaded with weaponry right now. Definitely picking things up. Stone Dingley is going to be raising this hovercraft, possibly need it later.
Yeah, Dekar doing a little bit. That's a coffin as well. That's also huge there. That's any non-boss script monster there. In just one shot there. An ice brand just in case you run into pesky legs. Yeah, if we find a Cecil, he is loaded for bear.
Yeah, and also too, you can use that coffin as soon as you get underground just to get a nice infusion of about 4 to 5 levels, depending on when you're popping that siren. It's just nice, easy free levels at that point.
In chat, Possum, no, Porum is not here.
Yeah, we haven't seen Porum. Don't worry, but that was a mom bomb in the waterfall.
if I'm a runner, I'm not sad to see Mom Bomb go off the table there.
Yeah, that is my least favorite fight. But is Stone Dingley. He can't do harp right now. Well, yeah.
Oh, maybe. Gonna check some equipment shops here. Gonna find black belts. That's kind of nice to find early.
And he is selling things. He wants to buy 2 of those.
Doesn't look like he's gonna be able to afford many of them here. Does get enough for 1, and sure, why not? He's gonna check the weapon shop because I believe that cane only has an assassin dagger. Ooh, Dwarf Axe though, that's big. That'll back row your cane at least.
Absolutely. Didn't want to go and drop that Leviathan summon yet, or the Full Moon. Wants to save those in case we do find a Rydia or an Edge. Definitely wants to hang on to those to, thinking future forward. Meanwhile, we've got Dekar, who is outfitting his cane with this White Spear and whatever else he's gotten armor-wise, heading into football.
It isn't much, but it is much more of a standard route. The question is Dingley gonna rush that up, just climb back in the airship, want to do a little bit of shopping? Did find the cabins, and I believe I saw Ether 2s. Yes, we did see Ether 2s there. So Darkness Crystal and a trip to Ordeals, and Itella can do his thing.
Yeah, and Stone Dingley is saying, I've already spent all my money. We are skipping these shops. So we are going right in. We got a purple robe here for the defense. It is the Mylon Z.
Well, Mylon Z, huh? One of our runners has a White Spear. That's very bad for Mylon Z.
Yeah, and we're seeing another white cast. This is going to be a really short, bad day for Mylon Z and for DekarSMASH. Stone Dingley, on the other hand, he does have a Fire Claw with Poison Claw Yon.
Yeah, which will also get the job done, just a little bit slower than one white cast and done.
Definitely doable, though. So we'll see where Stone Dingley decides to go.
Well, there's our hook at least. So at least unless Baronin or Twin Harp or Ordeals has our Magna Key, at least we're going to get that.
Yeah, also another good character check to, gated character check could be Edge, could give you a look and see who's in your way if we've got a root hook route as well.
Also, more Ether 2s in Fabul. So multiple sources of Ether 2s.
When you just need all the MP in the world, just have 2 shops with Ether 2s. That way you only have to remember 1.
Now, the question is where we go from here. I personally like a Baronin play just to see who might be there at this point, although Dekar looks to be heading straight to Mount Ordeals, which is also up. Never mind, is heading towards... Well, never mind, I have no idea where he's... Okay, he's taking the long way, I think, there, but...
Yeah, following in your advice, Dekar from 15 minutes ago must have looked in the future and said, Night Dew would want me to do this.
I mean, I just want runners to do what they want there. I'm just, oh, hey, look, free black belt.
Free black belt. Also, we've got a Palom and a Lunar Sparkle. Could this be our Wyvern?
This absolutely could be 20%.
It is.
Oh, well, okay. What's our Wyvern today?
Ooh, just a Blitz. 10% damage.
Not bad, and the White Spear is going to clean this up real fast here. Question in chat from Solaris: the White Spear was in the right tower of Evelyn Castle. Yes.
Yeah. We've got DMs here though. White Spear not going to be one-shotting them. These guys are real punchy right here. You're going to need to be getting this blink up.
Yeah, it does look like is going to expend that Gaia drum we got at the beginning of the game, which is actually a real good use for it here.
Yeah, you would have liked to have saved it for getting through Ordeals to get Tele through there, but I don't hate the play here. This is going to get you a Palom and let you take that Palom through Ordeals. It's going to be really helpful.
Yeah, meanwhile, Stone Dingley is diving our hook route here, skipping the shops, and is probably just going to skip most of the chests here on the way to get the character check. Might backwards loot here, but anyway, down goes the Dark Imps. We get a very nice hat for our troubles to go along with this Palom, but no key item progression.
Really nice pickup though, speeding up that Tela. For instances where that's the case. Hey, there's an engineer.
Engineer and a karate man.
I don't like that. Not dude. That's a very punchy fast spot.
That's a
Um,
very punchy fast spot, and even better, you know what we don't have to cheese that fight right now?
no Paladin Cecil.
I don't see a paladin.
This is definitely hoping for a magma key. I think for our runners on Ordeals to avoid that hook route. Depending on what's at King Queen, I think that can be kind of rude.
That could be kind of rude there. I mean, basically, Yang has 2 speeds. He has punch. He has kick. Tela's not going to like it. The good news is our party will have a large amount of hit points to deal with that between that Sid and that Yang. Keeping Palom alive is going to be a little bit of an issue. Possibly Tela, as the Stone Dingley does get another Gaia Trump and an Aegis Shield for his trouble here, and is exiting out as Dakar heads up Ordeals. So we have really Ordeals to show us if we are going to have any more resources for this karate on the hook routes.
Yeah, and one thing I don't think we have seen in any shops. Have we seen Cure 3s? Or were those in Troy along with the Ethers?
I think those might have been in Troy. Anyway, free Dwarfax for Takara on Ordeals there. Let's see if Stone Dingley picks that up. Is Fading Treasure, so it's going to miss that back row on Kane here, unfortunately, unless he does stop for that.
And he loots one chest, and it's the one that is probably the most value for him here on Ordeals.
Loot's the most important. Anyway, we've got a blue robe, and nope, just Water Hag. So Gauntlet at Anywhere Rude is still on the table at least.
Yeah, so Dekar already has that Palom. So gonna get some nice XP, get him a little bit closer to the Quake. Meanwhile, Stone Dingley is going through this with Sid. So probably comparable, just depending on who's in the second fight. They're going to get through this first fight, though, probably around the same speed.
Yep, did find an Ogre Axe somewhere, which I missed, and it was probably one of Sid's best weapons, at least defensively there. Good attack power, good accuracy, and hey, can keep a shield on that rare one-handed axe.
Yeah, and does have the best shield in the game with the Aegis Shield. Sid's going to be liking that later if we move Kane to a Dragoon Shield or, something else. But really, really big pickup there.
Yeah, Dragoon Shields, any piece of Dragoon gear. I know we love. Oh my, that's back attack Valvolus.
We do have a Kane, though. Shout outs to Lady in 19 for calling this one.
Hey, we don't need to apologize for planting rude bosses in our runner's face here, because that is what we like here.
Yeah, and a Stone Dingley went right in, did not back out and save, so went right into this fight. So feeling confident. I don't hate the play, especially since we do have this Kane. We get some blinks up, and I think this fight is really doable.
Yeah, did pick up a stack of Cure 2s as well. Has roughly about 3,000 hit points to chew through here, so not going anywhere fast. And honestly, after I have Kane jump, I would be very tempted to kind of sell the farm in terms of J items here. If I've got an attack item for her, I am probably lobbing it here.
Yeah, and we aren't seeing that from either runner, so it's really interesting to see. Dekar is going to get through this a little faster just by virtue of that white spear, though.
Yep, I mean, the good news about Valvolus is, unless, she gets enough raycast to actually, petrify a character, is she really, as long as you have Blink, she doesn't have a way to actually physically kill a character so long as they're Blink, just because she's pretty much punch, ray, weak, punch, and does get an additional punch when you do snap her out of the spin, but even then, we do notice like Kane was not really doing much in the way of damage in terms of those jumps. Both parties need to take her out of the spin just to be able to hit her at this point.
Yep, but Dekar is through, and going to be seeing how he tackles getting this Tela through this Ordeals fight.
think that's a wind spear now on Stone Dingley's side here. I can't tell.
That is. Yeah, he's got the Ogre Axe on Sid, so opting to go to kind of spread his damage out a little bit, making sure that he's not eggs in one basket, especially if he doesn't feel like he can keep these blinks up on his characters.
Yeah, but again, doesn't look to be in too much trouble here. I mean, yeah, those hit point totals are low, but this is kind of valveless being valveless here. Kane's about to land, and the DPS is about to start up here again.
Really interesting, like the defensive stats here on this spot, because both Kanes for both of our runners have missed jumps multiple times.
Anyway, that's a Luca key there. I do know that she is. I mean, here's the one thing where you probably actually wanted to save a few JMs for, because I did forget that the big thing about C Hero is that our hero must enter the Crystal Room fight alone, which means Tela versus Mylon, and this is right before he gets all of his magic back. So, yeah, probably better for me saying maybe I would have blown all my J items. Well, I might have been in trouble here.
Yep, but did have that firebomb, ate through all the zombies and one Gaia drum left, so is through. I believe a Stone Dingley has a Gaia drum available, two actually, so should be able to get through this pretty easily as well.
Yeah. All right, so question for you here. We have exactly this situation laid out before you. We got a Luca key out of the room here. We've got Sid with all of the spells. We have a party of 5, at least what Dekar does. Stone Dingley will when Baron In happens. You have a twin harp, or you have that hook route, and you know exactly what's there. Are you gonna go check that harp, or?
I personally like checking the harp. In the off chance that that's a magma key. Also, that was, an early check out of Antlion. I think it's just going to be a better play. But at the same time, too, I don't have an issue with either run or dive in this hook route, especially Dekar with that white spear is going to, clean up a little bit more. This party definitely needs some more experience.
Question in chat, has Demus been found? No, Demus is still at large. We do have 3 overall positions, one being Zot 1, one being the Twin Harp, which it looks like the car is going straight for, and the Vanilla Demus Cave, which has been unchecked, as people have said. And yeah, I'm surprised with a lot of the Fade Harp crew being in chat here, all the agreements that, hey, we should go check that harp anyways. Kind of disappointed in you guys.
Yeah, while the harp check is a long check, it still could be that magma key. Saves a ton of time going through that hook route. It's going to save you a ton of time just getting experience as well, to kind of, because we only have Tela and a stack of Cure 2s that we've purchased. I think Cure 3s were somewhere, but that's still a lot of money that you're going to have to go raise to be able to take that. So that's a lot of time that if you can just get a magma key here and a harp, that's going to pay off.
A magma key, an earth crystal for 2 more shots of the character, darkness crystal, and let's just check the stuff on the moon. Many options abound. It could just be, it just could be a drain spear, because why not?
Yep, and we got a Stone Dingley heading over to Baron N, going to be rewarded with his Palom. And see if he'll do any looting here in the town. That we do know there's a black belt hanging out in one of these spots.
Yep, I am personally rooting for a Baron key. Let's make this overworld grind even harder here.
Oh yeah, we want this chain to just go and then lead to nothing, and then you still got to go through the hook route.
Meanwhile, Dingley getting the great information of, hey, there's an objective and a passable wyvern there.
But why are some people in chat going to be asking for us to be quiet here, Night Dude?
I mean, other than the fact that they want to stop listening to us, and I wouldn't know why. I think we're pretty good here. Yeah, agreed. I do believe we actually have some music here going on real quick. All right, so Dakar decides that mutant knife is much better served on a physical attacker for that mage Sora here, and gets through that fight fairly quickly here. As still, I would like to know. I could actually not name that tune today, but that's kind of important there.
Yeah, chat was saying it sounded like something from FF9, but we didn't get the look. But yeah, that harp could very well be required. That is half of objective number 3 to forge the legend with adamant.
Yep, and I mean, to be fair, we haven't seen many of those. It's at least running into this race here, we just didn't really see many forges there. I mean, to be fair, like I said, it's 2 terminal key items. But the good news is, especially as Stone Dingley did show us Dark Elf there, which is kind of topical now, actually. Our runners are pretty much left with, unless they want to make a really kind of very cheeky Zot 1 play that I wouldn't recommend, and I don't think they're going to. Yeah, it looks like we're diving down a hook route and staring that karate in the face.
Yeah, I don't think we see either runners doing that. Let's see what Dekar decides to stock up with in terms of items. He has not gone down into the hook route, seen that it's Sid and Karate waiting for him. So doesn't know what there's the Cure 3s that you said were at Troy earlier. Those are going to be pretty huge if Stone Dingley remembers to go grab some.
Yep, Dakar can afford 3 of them. The one thing about the overworld loot is, I mean, unless you get some of the real nice drops there, you're not going to be able to afford a lot of them, although I do guess we do need to actually fall silent here, as I believe we're getting an encore on our music here.
And with that, Stone Dingley is through that Asura fight and is going to be rewarded with his Legend Sword. A lot of conversation going on during the harp, though, especially as we're seeing DekarSMASH is doing some looting here in the Evelyn Cave, wondering if he's just getting loot or if he's looking for the Stoneman fight, or maybe looking for more money to go get some more Cure 3s.
Could be maybe. Well, I don't know if we go going back to Tier 3. It definitely is doing some looting there. Did save some. May intend to take on that Staleman chest should it show itself there. Might actually be looking for it for a piece of rare gear here. Basically, though, I mean, there's only actually one boss left. Given that Wyvern and Valvelus are both out of the pool here, that could actually slow us. Or they could actually take us to that Zot 1 cheeky Demist, and that would be Golbez.
Yeah, and I think the chance of us seeing Giggles at that spot is pretty low, considering that, you know, we have our underground. Otherwise, like you said in the chat, it means Demist at the Magus Sisters holding the Magma Key.
Which would be, and well, I would go with one better. Let's have Demist at Magus Sisters holding the Baron Key, which is then holding the Earth Crystal, which is then holding the Magma Key.
I like it.
Which means it might actually be faster to run through the underground as it is right now.
And as we were saying in chat, speculating on if our runners were going to go clear out Ebon Castle, Stone Dingley is doing so. Gonna probably find this white spear that's in here. Meanwhile, DekarSMASH is trying to upgrade his gear, sold off the heroin robe I saw. So trying to make sure his team is ready to be able to take on this karate fight.
I mean, dropping the heroin with no heroin to hold with wear it, I could at least see it there. And I actually like, and did just find the white spear chest there, and is like, man, wish I was here a lot sooner. But here comes the thing. I mean, I like this play if just for one thing, is that's a level 1 or level 10 in this case Palom.
Mm-hmm.
And
he's gonna need some XP.
Yeah, you could actually get him most of the way to Quake here, and that Sid is rocking an Ogre Axe, so that is easy experience there. The Blink goes on to preserve Palom, and now it's just kind of weathering the rest of the Mad Ogre attacks here. Maybe try to get Yong up, as Yong would definitely like some XP as well.
Yeah, absolutely want to get as much XP out of this as you can. One more swing from Sid, and this is, oh no.
Ooh, well, I mean, y'all wants that. There are 2 other boxes here. Palom is going to enjoy some double XP there. Is this kind of a mini slingshot? Is that 9 levels there? Is that all the way to... Nope, that's not a virus yet.
Just shy of virus right there. So, and then a few more levels to get Quake. We do know that those last, 5 levels are going to be a little bit longer, but he should get them really quickly.
Yep, I missed that treasure wit so fast there. I did not see what Dingley picked up out of the chest.
Yeah, and Stone Dingley just fine with that white spear. Meanwhile, we have Dekar, who went back to Ebon Castle and is taking some more of these trap fights.
Yeah, might with the XP off of that may just want to maybe hit Staleman and the other Mad Ogre's chest, especially with Sid having that Ogre Axe. Fairly easy bosses to hit here. Well, I'm kind of looking to see if I can identify what might have been that crystal gloves there. Now I think about it, because I could have swore I saw crystal something.
That was Harumph, our restreamer, pointing that out. There was an elixir for DekarSMASH out of that Staleman chest.
Well, that's not a bad find either, but not exactly what you want to fight in this trap chest. And either Dekar is going to save or is saying 1 is enough here. Is going for a tent. Might be running back in for the other 2 here.
Yeah, and I think a lot of the hesitation of going into this karate fight is just the lack of curability. That kick, while not going to be extremely powerful, is going to be annoying. And depending on the agility situation going into it, even though we do have, all we've really seen is a ninja hat. So the agility situation could be a little tough for our runners.
Yeah, one thing I did see Stone Dingley pick up here actually were a few Ether 1s there. And the biggest thing with Tella, and why I'm not the biggest fan of him there, is unless you find some Soma drops, that's 90 MP pool doesn't exactly move.
Yeah, and one random cure 4 to get the party up after a weird kick, and now he's definitely needing some of those ethers.
Yeah, and the big thing with kick actually is it doesn't care about your blink.
But we do have round 2 with more Mad Ogres. Would this be the Madder Ogre chest?
A slightly angrier ogres. Let's go with that.
Yeah, I mean, it would have an advantage over the Evelyn Castle group because just sheer numbers.
Yeah. Anyway, just a full moon boomerang in Castle Evelyn. So, aside from XP, not really great stuff in them other than that white spear chest, which we found out earlier there.
Yeah, and looks like all the best stuff for Evelyn Castle was just waiting to be taken. Didn't need to be guarded by anything.
Yeah, no, I mean, the biggest thing here is going to be, and actually, let's see. Okay, so Dingley's Palom did pick up Virus. That's big. I missed that.
That was a glass mask.
That is actually really huge for this karate fight.
Absolutely. I would throw that on Kane and put him in the back row and berserk him up and let him go.
Yeah, it's either you would throw it on Kane to make sure he practically can't die at that point, throw it on Tella to make sure your healing doesn't exactly die at that point, or even throw it on Palom and just go with magical nukes instead.
Yeah, lots of options now for Stone Dingley, and he's going to be giving us our first look here. Who is in the King Queen spot? Is there going to be a little bit of extra rudeness, barring the way into this karate fight?
Yeah, would actually equip this glass mask on somebody in the back row before this KQ fight because it is fast and it is punchy.
Karate just playing with some dolls, though. This is not a terrible fight.
No, that's actually really great for that fight there. And actually, the car will get through that fight just a little faster here as that Quake kid there at level 23 is fully armed and operational.
Yeah, this is going to be just one quack and done. Trying to get it done with the blizzard. Oh, those two in the back. This fire should clean it up.
Yeah, got a little bit of time there. You have a smidgen of time there, even after knocking them down to just one side to clean them, the rest of them up there. Does get through. Yeah, Doll's really nice to find there, but let's see how well this karate fight goes.
Not even concerned with saving. It feels like he's got this taken care of and is in the fight.
And well, that's telling. Did Stone Dingley put that? Well, probably didn't put that glass mask on Sid, but that initial miss, that Sid taking 40 damage, and well, that's a little less worrisome here. It did do about 100 to everybody else here, but as long as you can keep your Tella up here, did berserk that Sid first there. Oh, there's an actual swing there, so not impervious, but not as bad as one might think here.
Yeah, and while this is going to be slow for Stone Dingley, Sid is taking some hits. He gets some blink on him. He's hitting for about 1,000. It's only 20 hits.
Yeah, and actually, I'm really interested here as DekarSMASH is running over to this same fight here. Did pick up quite a few more levels and not so much gear just because the gear wasn't there, but did get Palom to Quake at the very least. Did get more levels on everybody. Interesting to see what he does here and how much faster this karate fight might go, just because those dolls are probably going to drop in one Quake.
Yeah, and that's going to be really big. Did Dekar stop at the 4 Mad Ogres? I missed it.
No, Dekar did not stop at the 4 Mad Ogres, so actually that XP lead, not as much as you might think here, actually. Even Sid's a little bit more behind, even though Palom and...
Well, Dekar got Sid after Ordeals and Harp, whereas Stone Dingley had Sid for both of those.
Yep. Possibly only sleep on Tella because Tella is sleeping on us. Really, it's the old man's nap time. Let's be real here.
That Tella life has gotten me so many times. Dekar is taking the safety save though. Not sure how he wants to tackle this yet. So is going to do a save so he doesn't have to do the dolls again.
And I believe put the assassin dagger on Palo. Wants that extra agility at the cost of his black magic there. That's interesting.
Only for the start of the fight though. He'll switch it off afterwards, and you know he just keeps that agility throughout the fight.
True.
But a Stone Dingley is through. Made it look like it was easy. And of 38 minutes, 39 minutes, he's going to be underground.
39 minutes, actually pretty impressive, especially considering a full clear of a Harp overworld as well here.
Yep, and now he's got the entire underworld. Not a lot of key items available to him. Does have that Luca key, could go and make a dive down in there. We will see what a Stone Dingley. I suspect this is probably going to be a Fey March play.
It does kind of feel like a free march party here. Let's hope we get some eyes on the tower boss, and we do, and that is either the Kaipo guards or the Baron guards, one of the two.
Yeah, and that is a good thing to see at the top of the tower. We have a fully powered Tella who, if he can land a spell, can make that a really free fight. Really interesting to see when our runners will decide to tackle that.
Yeah, I mean, with the underground as now, I would actually be a little bit tempted to possibly make a cheeky Dwarf Castle play immediately here. Check your character, hope it's, you know, somebody like Rosa, and yeah, and hopefully maybe even get a pan out of the deal. But Stone Dingley is heading immediately for the Fey March here. Don't blame the play is gonna check some loot on the way in, and this is gated loot. This is nice, possibly nice loot here. However, there is one warrior's chest here, which will likely, if you're taking all the HP damage, you're gonna force a reset if you find it.
Yeah, I wonder if a Stone Dingley is kind of hoping for a coffin, you know, just to kind of crack an egg and get a couple more levels, get the Quack Kid going, to make Dwarf Castle a whole lot easier.
Yeah, I mean, with this party, a virus from Palom just straight up, or even especially with one bluff, should do it there. As we do see a charm rod would help too.
Absolutely. Yeah, 10 wisdom for that Palom. That is going to make that virus and or eventually Quake if he didn't get it off of that karate fight, and a Gaia hat. I mean, everything Palom would need to be able to just one-shot eggs.
Yep, and the question comes, no edge here, so I did not actually see if they started with 1 or 2 sirens there. It comes down to, you want to drop it on an egg, or do you want to... Well, we know... Yeah, I mean, there was a save, and this
there it is.
Probably... Wow, okay, so we have found both of our boss hunts.
We are still looking for Demas. Demas could have a pan lead in the darkness. Yeah.
True.
But yeah, that is a huge pickup for Stone Dingley. Checking that Rubicante sprite to see he's healing up. Is he gonna go for this?
That's a very good question, actually. Here, I guess the whole thing is that's the Asura spot. So the Asura spot is pretty much. Oh, that's a glass hat going on this Tella. Okay. So
this is reflect strats.
This is definitely reflect strats, and is trying to pretty much armor up everybody just as much as it can. Even though I'm thinking, excuse me, that's terrible of me. But yeah, just kind of wondering here, how much is that that Mylon still going to be punching? As Dekar is immediately saying, I have a siren and wish to use... I have 2 sirens. Do I wish to use both of them?
Well, it does have a coffin as well if he chooses to burn it. So, but he's going to keep it seeing. He did see those guards at the top, so could be saving that coffin for the top of the tower as well.
Yep, there's a quake. That's enough for eggs easily there. As we get in, Tella is using the Star Veil on himself. Palom is blinking up. That White Spear is actually going to do significant. Well, never mind.
Yeah, unfortunately, Kane not really having a whole lot of levels yet. We haven't found a ton of plus strength gear, at least not the same amount that Dekar has. So Stone Dingley's Kane not quite, hitting as much. But we have Dekar over doing objectives and checking out Dwarf Castle.
Yeah, and this is kind of also another mini grind. And yeah, after one egg, definitely a good check to make here. Here comes Reflective Spells. We had one Fire 2 already for 3,000. We have a Fire 3 for just casually 500, and that's all she wrote there. Dingley is through that fight.
Yeah, gets a Leviathan summon. Already had one from earlier, so has 2, can sell now. Very well done by Stone Dingley to get through that. Has objective 5 now lit. Stone Dingley is a Darkness Crystal away from go mode.
Yep, and here we go. We find yet another lunar boss down here in the Dwarf Castle. It's Pale Dim, and it's a little punchy, but nothing our runners can't handle at this point.
No, not with the Quack Kid. We've got White Spear Kane doing jumps for 1,700. This is really doable for Dekar, and he's going to get through this. For Just Huxley, he just got a Leviathan summon from the Asura spot. We do have the K summon flag off, so no key items are available from those summon fights.
Yep, just sometimes nice items there. Leviathan, not terrible. Again, while you're holding one and no summoner to be found, not exactly what you want to find. At this point, well, I mean, at this point, I would take Iridia at this point just because, well, that Darkness Crystal's got to be somewhere here fairly soon, and, well, slingshots are a thing with Tella as the hero, so...
Yeah, and while the question is being answered in chat, I do want to go out there and say for JMac the Librarian, the change of forms for the elements is actually a counter. So once a certain amount of damage is done, any direct damage triggers that. By doing reflected strats, it bypasses that counter so that you can prevent the change from occurring and only have to do about a quarter of the health.
It is interesting how much stuff in this game was coded in as a counter. We've got orbs. We have
a paladin.
Oh wow, Dekar says no thank you. And I can't remember if Dekar was the one who found that lightsaber or not.
He is. Now I wonder if this is to preserve a slingshot.
Ooh, that's a good point. It could just be saving that for Slingshot Cecil to head back into the Giant in a bit here. I mean, yeah, that's probably actually exactly what's going on, is this spot does have a good chunk of XP here, so might have definitely told that Cecil, hey, just go wait in Mysidia, we'll pick you up in a sec, we just gotta find a thing.
Yeah, so also true, Dekar sold a lot of items for some gear in Castle Emblem. May have sold the lightsaber as well.
Yeah, I did see, I thought Dekar did pick up those Ether 2s, however. But here's the thing here. We're going to see as Dingley is getting through these fights almost just as fast here. Let's see if he has plans on slingshotting this Cecil or not.
Says he's done with the Palom.
And says we are going full punch. We tells Palom to kick rocks, and we've got a lot of we've got a lot of attackers on Stone Dingley's side and Tella.
And according to Bill Rains in the chat, looks like lightsabers are actually for sale in the Evelyn shop. They are really expensive at 60k a pop, but it looks like Dekar still has one. So.
Yeah, speaking of things I want to buy, those were cat claws and a gung. Well, not so much a Gungnir spear, but double cat claw for that Yang there. So Dekar is definitely invested in our punch mage at the very least here.
Yeah, that's a good way to keep the elemental attacks going. we have seen a number of our bosses though that are weak to those elemental claws already off the board. Mylon Z is gone, Kanatsu's gone, Odin's gone. So a lot of bosses that you would like to use those elemental claws for have already off the table.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, at this point, though, with the XP we're starting to get to, Young needs to depend a little less on the elemental weaknesses, and especially with those cat claws and some strength enhancing gear, can just get to punching things.
Yeah, and one thing to note too, DekarSMASH used his 2 sirens already, so could have played into his decision on not taking Cecil now. Meanwhile, a Stone Dingley still has his 2 sirens, so is going to be able to get a very comparably leveled paladin here shortly.
I'm wondering actually if he's kind of looking at maybe taking this Cecil as an early. Now getting rid of the Palom's a little weird, but taking the Cecil and thinking, okay, let's just buy the biggest amount of armor we can here, as Stone Dingley also says cat claws are a thing I would like to have. But yeah, just kind of going through and saying, well, maybe I carry this Cecil along here because I don't know what I'm going to run into here. And cover strats are kind of a thing that exists. Does sell both of those Leviathan orbs over Stone Dingley, so the ship has sailed on Rydia, which, to be fair, the ship has probably sailed on Rydia.
Also, too, Stone Dingley has that glass mask where Dekar does not. But Dekar is exiting, leaving the element spot right now. Sorry, leaving the elements boss. He did peek it, so he knows it's there. So he is going to continue his hunt for other key items and return to it as we have both runners converging on the Sylph Cave.
Now, the card did identify elements being at the bottom of the Fey March in the Asura spot, but did say, yeah, we'll come back later. I'm going to leave that alone.
Do not adjust your television, ladies and gentlemen. Those flashes are intentional as DekarSMASH is moving over the damage tiles. And we will see probably a Sheila 1 check here shortly from both of our runners before maybe heading up that tower.
Yeah, definitely an interesting bit of decisions here. Both of them are taking a free Sheila 1 here. But after this, we have a freshly minted Baron key, we have a keyless tower, and we have a Luca key. Another branching decision. Given the choice, where do you go first?
I think it really depends on what you want to prioritize here. We have our boss hunts off, so that makes Baron a little less attractive to me. I feel like probably, as much as I don't like the keyless tower play, I think that's probably the right play here, unless you want to do a quick check down into Luca. You know, vanilla is a thing, and somehow the randomizer wants to just put things in their vanilla spaces. So there's very well the Darkness Crystal could be down there.
Yeah, it's probably the easiest one to justify just jumping down there for a check and resetting out of. You just really hope sometimes you don't find something either really good or you find a free boss, of which there are a few more anyway. Does Sheila have the goods today?
She does not.
I mean, that's a nice robe, don't get me wrong. And both runners say, maybe next time, Sheila.
Yeah, knowing they could probably see that later when they do Sheila 2, I don't hate the play. It's not a key item. So both looks like we have some divergence. Dekar's going to Baron as Stone Dingley's heading up to the tower.
Yeah, and to be fair, we aren't out completely out of our boss hunts. Is that D-Mist is hanging out somewhere in the world. Dekar here going to Baron is going to have to get through Dr. Dialogue first, however.
Yeah, unfortunately, that is going to slow him down. He can't speed up, having to do essentially, 2 fights to get through to the other 2 bosses. But he does have enough strength, I feel, to take both of these spots if he wants to continue hunting for that D-Mist.
Yeah, I'm kind of wondering, actually, if this is going a little more towards a character check as well here. Again, what you're really kind of hoping for, especially in that physical heavy party here, is there a Porum? Is there a Rosa? Is there a somebody?
Well, with Cure 3s on the overworld, it may lend to the fact that I don't know if there is a white mage in this seed.
Which, hey, is what I'm cheering for, because if we could, or even if there's an edge, because that's sirens, but that's also a source of Bacchus wine, which a party of this would absolutely love to have.
Yeah, and to be fair though, we do have, if we, a lot of money in our inventory that we could sell, and that means we have the third best white mage sitting in our party already with Sid and Cure 3s.
Yes, third best white mage, and where's Tella in those rankings again?
Oh, he's second.
Okay, so where is Porum?
Porum's a white mage?
Yeah, I mean she casts Berserk. That's what white mages do, right?
Oh, well, that's all I ever have her do, I guess, or put a heroin robe on. But Dekar already sold one of those. Commander, he did fade that fight, and as we have a Stone Dingley, is already through that top of tower.
All right, so we find, well, it's time neutral, I guess. That's a pass. That's not what we're looking for. It's nice to have. Meanwhile, that chuckling you've been hearing is from this guy.
We did find Giggles sitting on the throne that he coveted oh so long.
Yeah, I maybe too big. Maybe Golbez wants the extreme close up here, but yeah, I'm sure they'll be looking at that in just a little bit here.
Yeah, I suspect that this is gonna be a dip down into Luke. Oh, there's a cat claw for Stone Dingley.
Sure, why not?
He did only buy one, so
yeah. I mean, there is some temptation here to go in and raid these sirens, or at least the freestanding chests, just in case, because, the chest you don't open has that crystal sword, don't you know?
Just in case, although we don't have any hammers left, so we're not going to see some quick boppage here, and we haven't found a Thunderclaw, so could see some summon monsters.
Well, we do get one siren down, and
that was a ribbon.
I mean, I'm not mad at that. That's a wonderful find.
Yep, and we are going to see Stone Dingley clearing out this underground, heading down to Luca. Meanwhile, DekarSMASH is through the Golbez fight, has a number of characters down. Yang is the only one alive.
Yeah, Yang is all you need, right? You don't need crystal swords when you have punch, correct?
I mean, why would you? You can just throw Starveil up and punch with that Fire Claw. Oh, there's a white mage. Allegedly. Some people say she's a white mage.
I mean, you say that's a quote-unquote white mage. I say that's a Berserk dispenser, and Dekar says, no thank you.
Very interesting. Could also still be setting up for that slingshot. I could definitely see a Cecil Porum slingshot in the future for Dekar right now.
Yeah, Cecil Porum slingshot does sound pretty interesting. Keep a hold of Kane with that white spear, and probably Yang with those two. Yeah, that's probably it.
Awakened Smoke, Cecil is around 7th or 8th. Not the fact that he can't be a valuable white mage, it's the fact I'd rather have Cecil swinging a sword.
I mean, to be fair, we do know that Rydia is best white mage 66% of the time, right?
Oh, absolutely. Rose is 4th. That was a rat tail, though, for DekarSMASH. We have Stone Dingley, who sees the magma key and says, nope.
Did not check the boss. Let's hope a cheeky D-Mist was not part of this, part of this Luca guy here.
I really want Rat Tail to give Adamant right now and have D-Mist be there at Luca.
Yep, and we're back on Dekar's right in time for that Rat Tail turn in here. Which actually... Yep, that's the pan, and that pan actually, knowing what we know here, has to actually lead somewhere unless we've got a cheeky Demus hiding out somewhere.
Yeah, absolutely. This pan is going to give Darkness Crystal in one form or another. Dekar is charging away. Still could give the Tower Key. Still could. Yeah.
Tower Key, Earth Crystal, Demus
Lot of
behind
things.
cheeky package.
Demus behind cheeky package. I want Demus at the bottom of that sealed cave now.
Oh, that's extremely spicy there. That's as a runner who's actually seen my share of cheeky Demus at the Luca Cave, and I mean, I'm not gonna say it was in the finale of a certain Zemus Zone 1 race, but it was totally at the finale of a certain Zemus Zone 1 race. Yeah, it was actually in the grand finals now I think about it, but yeah, that's you always check your Luca Cave boss.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, it will be really telling here if Sheila 2 gives the Adamant or the Darkness Crystal, or if we're going to be led on even more chains.
Well, that is a prime piece of equipment for our Young there. That is a power shirt. Well, that's a prime piece of equipment for like everybody in Dakar's party, actually. But yeah, that's a power shirt. That's a lot of strength. That's pretty huge.
Yep, and Dekar is going to follow up and finish up the chain. We will see what Sheila 2 has in store. Dekar does know that Elements is at Feymarch, so has not forgotten that, hopefully, and is progressing through. Doesn't have the pass from the top of the tower, though.
All right, who's hoping for a chain on Sheila 2 here?
I know I am. Show me Earth Crystal!
I mean, all we want to do is raid a treasury, right?
Absolutely. Oh, it's a spoon! It's a Demus!
Oh, God, Demus is somewhere!
Could be on the Odin throne. We don't know if Dekar checked that or not during the difficulty.
Yeah, that's could be on the Odin throne, could be in sealed cave, could be at Zot 1 still.
Zot 1, cheeky Demus. I suspect that it'll be Stone Dingley beginning the Demus hunt first. Dekar is going to go check top of tower and Luca. We will see if Dekar checks the boss in the bottom of Seal Cave.
I mean, at that point, Dakar is going to get the information there that that no progression is found here, and knows that Demus has to be somewhere. Yes, because there are no other actual places to hit. So in that case, Dakar will have the information that it has to be Demus hiding somewhere. So we are off to find hide and seek champion of 3 years in running, the Demus.
Yeah, so the spots, as we said, chat is trying to figure out. Zot 1, bottom of Seal Cave we have not seen, and we have not seen the Barren Basement. Oh, I'm so glad I'm in the booth for this and not running it.
Oh, I mean, yeah, I mean, I'd rather be running it, but yeah, that's...
Oh man, if Demus is at the bottom of Sealed Cave,
I feel really bad for Dingley.
Dishmu, Elements is hanging out at the Asura spot.
Miss Cave was checked. It was Dark Elf there.
And I don't know if Dekar has checked Miss Cave yet. I don't think he has. And it looks like Stone Dingley is getting through, also with the skin of his teeth, just having Sid alive.
Yep, and Dakar does say, well, this is the Kaipo Guards fight, and let's just drop this coffin on the back row there. I mean, this fight was kind of free already, but it's even more free now.
Kamoric, we actually went through the hook route, so we know Demus is not hanging out at the King Queen spot. That was the Dolphs.
Yep. And Stone Dingley accepts the White Mage here and bins the Sid, so is taking is taking Porum along here, and I would assume is maybe just kind of thinking maybe I don't want to try to slingshot, because I mean at this point, here's the thing: it is we are an hour and 2 minutes into this seed.
Well, and Stone Dingley is assuming that this is the path to darkness.
True.
So probably doesn't have to take too many more bosses to get to a grind situation. So this is saving a trip to Mysidia.
This is also true, yeah. But I mean, you'd want to pick up that Cecil anyway, too. So, I mean, you're going to Mysidia anyway, unless you really don't want to slingshot that Cecil.
Oh, absolutely. So, Baron Throne before Zot 1.
I mean, you're already here. Oh, wait, Rat Tail before any of it, because you're going to check out that Rat Tail, you're going to check out that Pan, and then you're going to be a little sad.
Right. So you're sitting outside Fabul, thinking about where your boss checks are. I think Stone Dingley's got to continue to fade that sealed cave right now, and is going to do, like I said, either Zot or Baron Throne.
Oh, absolutely. Oh no, that if I'm Stone Dingley and I faded that check. Oh, high curse rings in Tamra's weapon shop or armor shop. Was that what Dekar was looking for?
And he sold some things. He's made sure that is in his inventory.
So anyway, Dekar is likely headed over to our sealed cave and is about to get the quote-unquote news here.
Yeah, so he'll probably get to the bottom of the sealed cave around the time a Stone Dingley probably hits Sheila 2.
It is kind of interesting just how neck and neck our runners are, and it is really gonna come down to who makes our 1 and 3 shell game here, who makes the guess correctly. Stone Dingley really doesn't want this to be Demus at the bottom of sealed, and I can if Dekar finds Demus down here, and I can just only imagine the words "not suitable for our restream" that Dingley will be saying when he figures out that he has to come back down here.
Yeah, and I'm willing to bet that, with where our runners are right now, if this is Demus down here, Dekar's in the lead.
Absolutely.
If this is not Demus, then they're neck and neck. And it's going to come down to who does Zot, who does, and I think you do Baron before Zot. That's still the easier check.
Oh yeah, and honestly, I mean, they're just face checks anyway. You're just going to reset in and out of them anyway, so.
All right, so here we go. We have a Stone Dingley going up to Sheila 2. We've got DekarSMASH geared up to fight, expecting to have to walk this out. He is expecting this to be Darkness Crystal.
I mean, most people would figure this is Darkness Crystal. Dekar is about to grab this item, probably go, wait, what the? And then the gill is about to drop here.
Mm-hmm. He is going to check the boss. Who is hanging out on this bridge? Oh, it's the gauntlet.
Oh, gauntlet. Well, okay. Yeah, that magma key is not seeing the light of day ever.
Oh, man.
That is the worst alt gauntlet in the game.
Here's the thing. Like, I don't condone the decision at all to fade it, I don't condone the decision to like take that alt gauntlet and take it out. But that would be 9 key items, and darkness would be 10.
Yeah, it would be, but at what cost?
Yeah, Dekar is getting the news about Dark Elf, and we're probably gonna have dueling Baron Throne checks here in a second.
To answer question in chat here, Hero's about to type, do you walk this out, get closer to 10 key items? If that's maybe like King Queen Evelyn or Dark Knight Cecil or something really fast, maybe, but probably not. No, all Gauntlet, I am condemning that to the salt of the earth is what I'm doing.
Yep, and a Stone Dingley and DekarSMASH both gearing up for this fight. Is the Demus here or at Zot 1?
I want it to be at Zot 1 now. I want them to have had this moon access for the entire time.
Oh, Stone Dingley, a random pot check, he pulls a cursed ring.
I mean, hey, when you just want it, it's right there. And anyway, so I mean, Dingley's gonna have to come back for this if he resets out. If it's, oh god, it's at Zot 1.
It's at Zot 1, and he is going to go back for that cursed ring, though.
Oh yeah, he's absolutely going back for that cursed ring. I'd go back for that cursed ring. But yeah, gonna go back and get that cursed ring. But yeah, so yeah, we've identified everything else, and Dekar knows it too, and is heading straight for Zot 1 to have a cheeky D-Mist. Who could be holding an Earth Crystal?
Oh yeah, absolutely. The question.
Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say the question, chat, why is Dekar avoiding elements? Probably not sure. Didn't maybe feel comfortable taking it at the time that he went. Is planning to just do it later. He does have the pass now, so it's not going to be a huge out of the way moment, but it is going to be time. So while we just saw Stone Dingley fall behind right now, going back to that cursed ring, he doesn't have to go back to the Fey March while Dekar does. So this is going to come down to how efficient your grind is off of this Darkness Crystal, if Demus has it, or if it's going to be, you know, Earth Crystal.
Yeah. One more thing, actually going back to that glass hat. Dingley had that glass hat and was able to outfit his Tello with it to generally get a lot more defense over that fast and punchy Asura spot there. Dekar did not have the luxury of that glass hat.
There's the Demus.
What a surprise seeing you here.
I am shocked.
You know, about roughly about 40 minutes ago when I said I would not go and do this for whatever. I still stand by that statement, but I kind of wish one of them had.
I mean, they were there. They both did harp.
Yeah, they did. I mean, yeah, again, it's that check. It's like, you really wanna, but I mean, just knowing that they had D.Miss down here and had the path to the moon open to them the entire time, does make you giggle a little bit.
Yeah, chat is right now speculating how much heck and fluff is being said by our runners right about now.
All of it.
So DekarSMASH is going to be the first runner out. We'll be the first one to check the Demus. So we will see, is this right back into Zot with that Earth Crystal?
I really hope it is. I actually hope for Tower. Into Zot. And then,
Tower into Earth into Zot.
I want a let's clear the blue planet fetch quest chain here.
You know, and because I'm one of those nice people, all right, and with what we know right now, as we're about to see the path to darkness, if this is not darkness, Harumph, oh, it's Tower. Harumph,
it's a tower key.
Our restreamer Harumph, the harp was not required today because that adamant is on the moon somewhere.
Well, I mean, it could be. Well, no, it's not required, but you know, yeah. So anyway, all that heck and fluff we said our runners were probably uttering right now.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a reason the runners are muted, not just for the 15-minute delay, but they are muted for this. It is because of that right there.
Yeah, again, that completion of objective number 5 is looming a bit large for Dingley. However, both of our runners are going to, I believe, with the pickup of if this is either an Earth Crystal or a Darkness Crystal, because it has to be one of the two now.
Yep, and it's another free fight.
Yeah, get out of here, free fights. Win a Rude Moon, even though we don't have to clear much of it.
Oh, but there's still a number of things that could be at that Bahamut spot. We could have Antlion there. We could have DKC there.
I mean, Antlion does like to camp out on the moon there, but yeah, the DKC.
Not as scary, I think, with this party. By the time we do that, it's gonna have a lot of health.
Yeah, I'd say Yang is usually pretty good. Evil Wall is still on the table, yes.
Oh yes. Stone Dingley, right behind DekarSMASH, though.
Yeah, Evil Wall's still on the table. Ogopogo is still on the table.
We didn't check the Lunar Sparkle down in the Fey March, so we don't know who that is. So we have Ogopogo or D-Lunars, I believe, is still available.
Well, let's just assume it's Plague and move on.
Or Plague, yeah, we haven't seen Plague. Did have a Runner's High Five there.
All right, who wants to go raid a treasury right now?
Yes, please give us the Earth Crystal. Lady Id, he's already done the top of tower.
Yeah, these two runners are both last locationing this. There is no other checks they could be making right now.
Really, the only time saver, I think, is the heart. Oh my... Wow.
You are obviously going to go to the ends of the earth. Yeah, I'm even saying that for this darkness crystal.
Oh, I hope it's 2 duplicate characters as well.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it cannot be the pink tail, as this absolutely has to be darkness, because if it was pink tail, which means we couldn't get darkness anywhere else, this is the last key item. But we are about to play Free Enterprise's favorite game, because Dakar is going straight for that treasury.
Oh man, that is
that was a pretty spicy treasury. Of note, we did find that glass hat. So that glass hat that Dingley found has been evened up here, and might actually spur Dakar to go clean out the Fey March before. Did find a second lightsaber, did find a ribbon, did find an arty bow, which is actually good if you're still holding on to that. Yeah, good if you're still holding on to that Sid. Crystal ring's big, and it's a lot of Cure 3s too, so hey, that's nice.
Yeah, that's going to be a lot of Cure 3s for our runners. Does Stone Dingley go check it?
That's a good question. I mean, I would think about it if just because Cecil is a thing that exists and holy swords are very nice to have, which I technically there's one in there, just not the one you're looking for. But the arty bows are actually really good, because if we still want to chemist the Sid there, the large agility bonus on that arty bow is actually really nice for getting Sid up to speed.
And I think there's a crystal ring in here too, I thought I saw.
Oh yeah.
Yep, there it is.
But anyway, Zot, feels like we were here not too long ago. Wonder why that is.
While we were here not too long ago, we are back again. Hello, Bard.
Why, hello, Bench. I mean, Bard.
Not a duplicate, but might as well be this late in the seed. We're not taking this Bard for, some cheeky strategies, unless it's an Evil Wall up in Cape Value.
I mean, you'd have to. Well, I mean, you could hope to get that Bard there. And speaking of duplicates, there's duplicate you wanted. That's Sid.
Make a bid on however many more duplicates there are. We still have the Lunar Deus to check. This is the Darkness Crystal, though, so DekarSMASH is going to have to make some choices now. where does he go? Does he do his grind, then does the Fey March, or does he? Oh, hello, free. Oh, this.
Yeah, yeah, totally fine with this. This just means the Evil Wall is not here and could still be in K value.
Oh my goodness, there's so many rude fights that are on this moon. Like, we have Ogopogo still unchecked. Rubicante is up there somewhere. Magus Sisters is up there. Antlion is up there.
Well, I mean, both runners still have yet to do their grind here. And again, we're definitely kind of wondering if Dakar is going to roll on over to Ordeals, or not Ordeals, but City after this, and say, hey, wake up, Cecil and Forum. We have jobs for you.
Yep, and we will see what Dekar's plan is as he gets his Darkness Crystal.
Now, if you're a Stone Dingley here, we're definitely not setting up any kind of reflex strategies with this party here. So the question is just how many levels do you want here before you consider your team, Zeromus ready here? You're going to have the benefit of the 10 key item bonus here. Is this something where you say, hey, maybe I'm going to decide to, maybe I'm going to throw some behemoths on the grill here. Use a decked out Kane to inflict the damage to them and just leave a cover Cecil to make sure nobody goes splat there.
Yeah, that's a really good point, especially with the 10 key items. My only concern with that would be with that Porum. You want to get her some of those levels. She's got to go a long way to get to Cure 4.
True there. She doesn't even make it to level 48. Now the thing is, those 3 behemoths are roughly worth about 117,000 apiece with the double XP bonus, and then you're also going to get 70 from the K Behemoth there. That's going to take you to 400,000, which while isn't enough to get you straight there, again, might still have a siren or 2 in the pocket. And there's Dakar saying, "Hey friends, let's get in my party here."
Yep, this is weird. Hey friends, get in. We're gonna go grind.
Yep. Of note, did finally bin that Palom saying, "Thanks, kid. You did your job. Go hang out on Earth for the rest of the while. We got this. We're gonna take your sister though."
Yep, and we will see what kind of grind Dekar is going to set up. It looks like he's going to.
Might be shopping here before the oh no, it's gonna go do some overworld manipulation, going to set up the D machine here before this is all. So we're actually looks like we're gonna be hitting 2 different means of grind here, because I would be very I'd be very interested to see if Dingley does actually do D machines with this setup here.
I don't think he does, and he doesn't need that many levels, like you said, especially with a level 1. Dekar meanwhile is just going to slingshot. Porum only needs 5 or 6 D machines, so I think that's exactly where Dekar's going. I don't know where Stone Dingley's going, if he does behemoths or not.
Yep, is taking a nap here. Isn't setting that up here. So the question here is basically it's going to be a rush to see if Dingley can get everything in order before Dakar finishes this D machine grind. Now the big thing is Dakar does still have that looming Asura fight still there.
Right, but does have the pass, so grind value Asura into pass, I think, is where Dekar's going.
Yep, and here where it actually does say that Stone Dingley did buy 20 Cure 3s and does have Porum in the party already here. And actually that is slotting Blink there real high, so I'm assuming that this is very likely to be some behemoths going to be toppled here.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a good play. Trying to get her as much armor as possible. Curse Ring going on Tella.
Yep, it is time. He has had a good run, but it is time for him to bear the curse accessory for the party here. Yeah, and double gold dragons, so add another 240,000. So that's 640,000 XP for all these possible fights here. And actually, Dingley is gonna check our boss first.
Oh.
I love being in the booth some days.
Well, there's an Edward down in Mysidia.
I mean, there's a grind available. We did find a glass hat. We do have a Paladin Cecil. And Stone Dingley says, let's go, Wall. I can take you.
2,800 right off the bat.
And Wall says, yeah, okay, let's go.
Yeah, this is once the blink gets on Tella, gets on Porum, I think we're good. It's just gonna be getting it there. Does need to get Yang swinging as well though to help slow this wall down.
Yeah, Blink's going out on, I mean, maybe, oh wow, Tella, it takes about 4 times his hit points and damage there.
Oof, Cecil taking a big hit there as well. And Tella had the glass mask on as well.
Yeah, he is in the front row. That back row glass mask damage would have been severely mitigated here, but yeah, unfortunately, with how fast the Evil Wall is moving and punching here, it's not a great proposition. I kind of agree with Chad there. This is definitely a fight where I would want to take that grind first here.
Yeah. Unfortunately, while Porum is the one with the ribbon, isn't going to get crushed. She's not going to be doing the damage that you need. Does have Artemis Bow and Charm Arrows, though.
I mean, she'd get there eventually.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually.
But at the cost of what? I mean, that's the thing is like, you know you're an hour and 30 minutes in right now. Your opponent, you don't know it, but your opponent's doing a D machine grind right now. You got to think that this is a huge gamble that you need to pull out as fast as possible. And this is, unfortunately, I don't think this is going well for Stone Dingley.
No, this isn't. The big thing about Evil Wall in a lot of fights in Free Enterprise in general is the biggest thing is you just don't want to get into a resurrection loop or a healing loop or anything like that, and unfortunately that wall is getting really close, by the way.
Mm-hmm. And this is a ton of health. This is 30k health.
Roughly, I cannot remember last time I checked K-Bomb. It does look like that Cecil is berserk now. And yeah, if this is not the worst Evil Wall location, it's pretty close here.
Wow. Meanwhile, over on DekarSMASH, D-Machine grind is looking a little spicy over there.
Oh no, that's not good there. That's uh-oh. That's looking like, does he run out? Oh no, that's a wipe there. That is exactly what a Stone Dingley needed here with how this is going. We are to crush phase.
Yep,
So,
and we have crush phase, so we are trying to get everybody lifed up, trying to keep people berserk. We have Yang waiting to throw a life potion and letting Cecil swing. Dekar, meanwhile, is redoing his manipulation to get back into the D-Machine fight.
that is possibly huge, and actually that Cecil's getting a lot of turns here. You're just kind of hoping he targets that Porum, who I believe is wearing the ribbon here, but Cecil getting a couple swings per crush actually is huge here.
It's through.
Yeah, wow, okay, so all that stuff we said about him going here early, never mind, he's fine.
Stone Dingley's got it. He says, I got this. I'm going to get a Dragoon Spear to kill some gold dragons because I think he still has both of his sirens.
Oh man, that Dragoon Lance is, yeah, that's huge. That's gold dragon killing right there. That's just a straight up, kind of better Kane weapon. But anyway, that is also the crystal that is full on go mode realized. Question in chat, where was Cecil? Cecil was in Dwarf Castle, and Dakar just binned him and said, I'll pick you back up when it's time for the D-Machine grind here. But again, that's That's Stone Dingley in go mode here. So now Stone Dingley has to figure out that what's my grind like here.
and turned on encounters and grabbed one on the way to the behemoth fight.
And decided that's not enough dragon for me. I'm gonna go find a behemoth.
Yep, so we have a blinks and we have probably cover coming up here in a second.
Yeah, that is definitely cover, probably Young or Tella here. Pain is going to be your primary source of damage before all these blinks come up. I mean, partially, I just like to stick all the heavy armor I could on Cecil. Burst up the cane. If somebody dies, then cover them. I'm actually going to berserk that Cecil. Then again, I am definitely a little big into cover strats, but that's just me.
Well, could just be going with, power overwhelming here, trusting that his party can knock this out with enough blinks up. Cecil is able to take a hit, so is just going to let him go, have Kane jump to stay out of harm's way, and is probably going to get through this pretty easily.
Oh yeah, absolutely. With blinks up, behemoths, you're not exactly engaging their magic counters there. And Tella's actually going to get all this XP because he's the hero and he gets it regardless. So a bunch of levels coming in for Dingley here as Dekar is back into the Giant.
Yep, is back in. Only needs I think what we said earlier. I think 6 is what Dekar needs to get through. So should make short work and is going to have probably a faster time on that evil wall.
Oh yeah, I mean, any kind of grind just gives you a faster time on that evil wall here, just because that was still an extremely spicy evil wall from a Stone Dingley there.
So the question will be, though, how much time is Stone Dingley going to spend grinding? Is he going to do any gold dragons with that Dragoon Spear? Meanwhile, Dekar's got to get through this D-Machine fight. We'll see how he does here, if he can get it done on the second round. And, this is still such a really close race, even though Dekar's got to do 2 checks.
Yeah, something said in chat there that with those 2 sirens there, that is extremely tempting, and I would absolutely be popping both those sirens and that Dragoon Spear there. That's that makes those fights a whole heck of a lot more palatable for me.
100% agree. Yep, and so it looks like Dekar does have his D-Machine going, has things under control, getting the heals out, getting the rhythm going. Stone Dingley, meanwhile, on the third behemoth here, we'll see if he decides to do anything with the sirens or if he's just going to take those sirens to Zemus.
Yeah, it could be. This is not going to get your Porum to Cure 4 here, unfortunately, yet. Gonna probably see where you are there. The question is, we've seen a lot of the free here already. Is Stone Dingley possibly thinking that maybe instead of going to the moon random or just using those sirens there, maybe all I need is like a ribbon room worth of it there? That's another possibility at least, but
would be a chance at like a holy sword for Cecil if you wanted to, but that is a big time commitment to kind of walk all the way down there. I don't think I see a Stone Dingley walking down there. It's also true, Young's going to have over 4,000 health, I think.
Yeah, he's going to be real close to there, and I mean, you can still use those. Yeah, it's just those sirens burning a hole in my pocket, or at least they would be here, so yeah, definitely something I'd be thinking about here, as Porum does look to be mid-40s at this point. Yeah, 46, so 2 levels short of that Cure 4, and is jumping back to the last, and yep, a few more Ether 1s. Great buys there, by the way. Gonna heal up the party a little bit here. Young,
here comes some gold dragons, yeah.
Yep.
This is gonna be Berserk up Kane, let him go to town.
Meanwhile, that D machine grind still going pretty well on that other. It's deciding to just jump with Kane, which, hey, that's also reasonable there, as 2 blitzes, which do 50% of hit points, are enough to exactly kill Cecil.
Yep, and I don't know how many D machines Dekar has done at this point, but it does look like he has this fight under control.
Yeah, I kind of wish I'd be looking there in the first place, because I would like to know what happened to that first one there, if it was just an attack that happened early or what have you. Anyway, that is Cure 4 for Porum. However, with her hit point pool, it being oh no, just says Cure 4, that's enough. I don't care that I only have 1,476 hit points in this Porum. It is time to go, apparently.
Yep, and Dekar is done with his D machine. Just take out the Searcher, 500k with a slingshot, and it's a million XP. Porum is going to be ready to go. That was 53 levels for Cecil.
Yeah, he's ready to go too, by the way.
Yeah, down with 2 cat claws, yeah. And we got a swag whale over to Troya.
Well, there went property values. But anyway, since I'm usually never the one to call this out first, I am seeing some weird blue-colored fabric appear in chat here. What's going on with that?
Well, they're billowing in the wind, you know, despite the fact that we're in an enclosed space here in the booth. But they are definitely blowing in odd directions. It really makes it hard to see what's on the flag.
Yeah, just a couple, one kind of straight squiggly line, one kind of a little weird squiggly line. I believe they are saying that I want to take a nap too.
Yeah, it's almost like that there is no Zemus, there is only Zeromus.
There is only Zeromus. And speaking of Zeromus, the most important question for Enterprise: does Zeromus have a butt?
Depends. Sometimes it does in its native form. I don't think it does.
Okay. because you kind of need one of those to kick, right?
You would, and that's why we've had a number of runners. You know, I did in my last bout of commentary. Smapety was supposed to write up 10 new jokes. I never received those, so unless you'd like to do the honors, and I do.
I would love to do the honors here. And which one of Zeromus's 537 butts are we going to kick tonight?
There's, all of them are fantastic. A number of them, just, you know, hugely, you know, popular with, you know, across, you know, various games. And, you know, Scala Kitty has done a fantastic job with every single one of them. I have not seen one I don't like. I have seen some that are not cute. I have seen some that are very cute. We will see what we get tonight, though.
Yep, and Dekar, meanwhile, has found his way over to this evil wall, who, unfortunately, unlike the last group of adventurers came through, does not crumple to a single swing, and he's looking a little confused there. Oh, no, never mind. There goes the old man.
That is not a cute butt.
That is, I mean, that's, I mean, depends who you ask.
I mean, look at the stance. I mean, does Akuma even have a butt? Like,
actually, that's a good question, Pankraz. I would assume Aku's got to be in the pool somewhere, but I don't think I've ever seen him.
Well, we've got the silk web that we found so long ago.
Did they both find it there? Actually, I cannot remember, and
I honestly couldn't remember who found it.
Yeah, Tella fired up a manual flow there for the first nerf.
Oh, then Dekar has the silk web. Dekar got it from Castle Evelyn. Oh, but
that would imply that both of them do. But yeah, yes. we could just be a little too far gone right now in this fight here, while Dekar is dealing with that evil wall. First, Big Bang comes out. Payne did take the counter nuke. Doesn't care so much. Tella, nap time.
Now, Cure 4's out. Tella is taking a nap. He says, listen, I've been the hero for so long. You guys got this. Dekar is through, though, and is going to be hightailing it down to the Fey March.
Yeah, he says he's done with it, and then Young goes and splashes water in his face anyway. And actually, he's being left unberserked. Looks like we're getting Chemist Young, which I believe is the 5th best white mage.
That's about where it is in my ranking, because he's a little faster than Sid. But again, you would rather have Young punching than throwing potions, whereas Sid, he's not going to get much stronger unless he's got a fiery hammer.
I mean, to be fair, I don't exactly want Young throwing potions at me, because I feel like they would all be fastballs.
100%. All fastball specials there. Broken glass in the eye.
Anyway, we do get another manual slow there. I did not pay attention exactly to where that was, and if we are going to get a proper nerf out of that,
I do not know. There's a shake though, so I think we have transitioned into phase 2.
Yeah, that's another shake actually, which does actually mean that I don't think we're gonna nerf this next Big Bang actually.
I don't think so either. And look at the we're gonna try it.
We're at least going to get a counter nuke out of the deal, which what does Akumas have against Kane here?
He sees the white spear and he's like, no, we're not dealing with holy weapons here. I'm okay with the lightsaber because Cecil's trying to be a Jedi, but no, we're not dealing with holy spears.
That Thor Rage, however, 2 nerf was successful, however, and that does mean Porum does live to see another phase here, and actually with the damages coming out here, you might be seeing the 3rd Big Bang here.
Yeah, with the party, I think the black hole is actually a little bit more devastating here. It's going to need to get Tella and Porum to be doing some work to get these berserkers back up. But I think Stone Dingley's got this fight, as we are seeing DekarSMASH is taking on with Reflected White on to the Elements fight.
Yeah, we'll be through just real soon, which does mean while Stone Dingley has been in control of this fight so far, can't really make a misstep, because if he does, Dekar will be in, go in, have the crystal in hand in a very short time.
Yeah, has his berserkers going again. Yang throwing out punches where he can. Let's see if there's going to be another shake here. That could be dangerous, because we are getting close to a point where it could be a big bang. Nope, never mind. There's the rocks.
Yep, and with the rocks there, that is definitely the death knell for Zemus here. Stone Dingley is not concerned with rocks at this point, as Yang gets the berserk. Just gonna take a few more swings here, and there is the crack. There's the boom. There is the winner. Stone Dingley says, "I don't need no D machines," and just takes this with an official time of 1 hour, 40 minutes, and 56 seconds.
Get your GGs in chat. We will see about getting a Stone Dingley in here for an interview, as DekarSMASH just received his crystal and is going to be hightailing it right to Troya. There's the ding. Hello, Stone Dingley. GGs.
Oh, GGs. Thank you very much.
How you feeling about that one?
I have so many conflicting emotions about that siege.
You mean you didn't appreciate the cheeky D-misses on one, is what I'm hearing.
I keep thinking to myself, man, if I'm going to win against these top players, I'm going to have to make some gambles. And part of me always wants to try checking that first spot at Zot, but that is a 1% play. That will never work out. But this would have been the one time that it would have helped. I feel bad I missed that opportunity.
I mean, I think I was on record at saying about 20 minutes. Yeah, it's a possibility, but I wouldn't go there. Well, shows you what I know, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
I checked literally every other possible spot first. Even went down to Baron Basement because I kept doing all these checks, and I was like, man, I must be making the wrong checks. But it turns out all the checks were wrong.
Yeah, we were really kind of feeling for you there because I do have one big question to ask. As soon as you saw that last major location go away, did your thoughts turn back to that boss you missed in Sealed Cave?
I completely forgot I missed the boss in Sealed Cave. Oh my god, I am so lucky.
It was Alt Gauntlet.
Yeah, Dekar did that, saw the first fight of Alt Gauntlet, and yeah, definitely relief, even though you couldn't feel it. But yeah, the fight nobody wants to take there. But really, the other major set of diversions came at the end of the seed. You snapped up both the Cecil and the Porum as soon as they became available. Dakar left them both to the bench to set them up for a D Machine slingshot later here. And it did unfortunately have an early wipe at the beginning of that there, and is just pulling his Aromas fight now, but does seem to have been the difference there. What made you decide, especially even with that starting Tella, was it just the darkness was way too late into the seed to really justify one, or it was just kind of what you were looking for?
You hit the nail on the head. It just came so late in the seed that I didn't. I thought with everything I'm going to have to do, I'm going to get probably pour him up to around the 30s, and then I'll just take some behemoths on the moon. I'll burn those 2 sirens if it comes down to it. I figured that would still probably be faster than doing a D Machine grind, and it might help me in the meantime to have, you know, Porum and Cecil up for the fights in between.
Yeah, especially as what we've seen, at least in the characters that we've seen here. I don't think either of you actually did check the Lunar Throne, so we don't know who's up there. But yeah, I mean, one Black Magic Caster in Palom, which you both binned, one White Mage in Porum, which, you know, again, I'd have a hard time myself passing up. That's kind of big, especially only with Tella and, you know, pretty much 4 Berserkers there. But yeah, and apparently we just saw that Adamant was at Ribbon, so that's interesting. But yeah, again, big GGs. You're up 1-0 here, and I mean that's definitely a way to off your head a little bit, knowing you can go into the next game, and you don't actually have to win, even though you'd really like to. But yeah, how you feeling after that one?
After seeing how thinking about how much closer it would have been if Dakar gotten through the D Machine on the first grind, and now realizing that I had skipped the boss at Sealed Cave, I'm feeling worse than I did about my victory. Honestly, if I were not in this tournament, I would say that Dakar was probably going to go to the finals. I have been. This is one of the matches so far that has been maybe worrying me the most. Not that any of them have been easy by any means, but I was like, oh man, I gotta take some gambles here. It's gonna be rough.
Yeah, well, either way, you didn't really need to do so, and I believe even with that, I mean, given what I'm seeing right now, the grind, honestly, he did not wipe very, I mean, I don't think like more than 2 D Machines were down when that first one happened. I would assume it would be very close, honestly, if that D Machine had gone. Yeah, I would assume it would be pretty neck and neck at that point in time. So again, though,
still not going to relax.
Hey, I mean, we all have it. I have it on good authority that some guy named Rivers and Scratch Dragon both bailed out in Zemus 1 and did not check that. We all have our times where we missed that. So yeah, that's trust me, everybody makes that once or twice, but you got away with it. You've got to win one more, and you're in a Final Four. I mean, that's huge, man.
Oh, I'm so excited about it. I made it to the quarterfinals, I think, in ZZ3 before. I think it was Dia that knocked me out, and I was really excited about getting there. And just the opportunity to go to the semis is so cool. I'm so excited about it.
Yeah, and again, I'm cheering for everybody here, but yeah, you know, it's a point, it's a point of pride after our after our little tussle in the Lolly Hole League to see you go this far. So yeah, I'm cheering for you.
I mean, you already know I'm cheering for you, so I can at least say that, you know, I got knocked out by the guy who eventually won. So
I'll be sure to tell everyone that was the toughest competition right there. Oh man, if it weren't for me, I'm sure you would have gotten second.
Yep. Anyway, we do have a crack, we do have a boom, and that is DekarSMASH down here. And I believe, do we have anything else real quick before we let you go here for the night, Dingley?
Well, I don't have anything. Just, you know, thanks so much to you guys and to the whole Restream team for putting these on. And I will see some of you again same time on Thursday.
Yeah, Thursday. That's the one thing I didn't match. Thursday. That is match 2. Okay. All right. Thank you very much.
GG's again.
All right. And with that, let's see if we can get DekarSMASH in for an interview as well here.
And we're joined by DekarSMASH. GG's.
Hey, GG.
So how you feeling about that one?
Not great. I mean, I thought I played well for probably the first, 80% of the seed or so, but you can't afford to make a mistake like that, screwing up your D machine grind and losing that much time against a great player like Dingley.
Yeah, we were caught up because while you were doing the D machine, he was actually taking the evil wall at a low level, and it was not looking good for him as well. What happened with the D machine? Was it just somebody went out of order, or?
I think I had it on battle speed 1, but I was using battle speed 2 timings. I'm not sure exactly. My party order was not what I wanted it to be, as I realized, and that kind of threw me off. And then just from there, I was just not really in sync with getting it set up.
Oh, I have one major question to ask you. In 2 words. Not one.
Yeah, I mean, that was kind of cool. I thought that was a neat thing. I haven't had a seed where I had to do Zot 1 for progression in quite some time, and to have it in an official race is really cool. I don't think it worked out well for me in this particular seed because, if you're going to make a mistake like that, you want it to be a seed that, there's going to be divergence. But that Darkness Crystal being where it was basically ensured that we would do all the same things.
Yeah, at that point, you both definitely last locationed that one there, and actually, the other thing I was going to ask there real quick. Now, mind you, you reset out of the Elements Bite to come back to it later there. Was it just it punched too hard? Because the one thing, and now mind you that Dingley did have the advantage of finding a glass mask in Castle Evelyn beforehand, and was able to get those reflect strats away much earlier, and actually did kind of mean a little bit of a difference there. Would you just go in there and say, well, I know I can do this later, and just roll through? Was that the thinking going on there?
I think it was mostly. Did he have the Cecil in his party at the time?
He did not. Oh yeah, he did. You're right.
He did.
Yeah, I think that's why. Since I had sent him to the Tower of Wishes to slingshot later, I couldn't really do like a cover strat, and so I would have had to try to put blinks up, and it would have just been a lot messier.
Yep. Well, either way, it is and trust me, I know that going down 0-1 is not the greatest feeling in the world, but I do believe it's Thursday is your race 2. Anything you're gonna change up there, or just gonna leave it? I mean, because you both were neck and neck for most of that seed. Let's be real here.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna change up much. I think Dingley and I are well matched, and I sort of had this in my head as a 50-50 series going in. Now that I'm down 0-1, it's worse than that, but I don't think there's a lot to be gained by varying up my play either.
No, and to echo what Nighty said, if you go back and watch this VOD, it is, you guys are so evenly matched in this. I believe you guys were within like 20 seconds of getting the Darkness Crystal. You know, from, you know, just the various, you know, routes that you guys did and how you guys did things. So very evenly matched, exciting race. I know Naidu and I both in here in the booth. It was really well run.
Well, I'm glad we could put on a good one. I went back and I looked at my recording to see how much time I lost that wipe, and it was about 6 minutes. So it would have been a real close one if I hadn't done that. But I think he still would have edged it out.
Yeah,
Well-
it was real close there, but again, I'm really looking forward to see the next one anyway. So have a good night, have a good race, good luck to the both of you.
Yep, thank you, and looking forward to game 2.
As are we.
Yep. And while that is going to be the end of this race, at least for the night, hey, we've at least got another race here for you. In just a little bit, Randomania 2 actually is going to have the Martin Broadcloak and Solaris match. 2 racers I'm definitely a little bit have some history with there, but yeah, we're gonna kick things over to Randomania 2, and we are gonna have just a little bit more racing for you here. Real quick, shout outs to Harum, Commander Leonhardt, my co-commentator Bad Karma for all the production here. Thank you all very much.
And Naidu, thank you as well. Always a pleasure to work with you. I look forward to going again. We will see everybody over on Randomania 2. Please make sure 0 spoilers for this race as we go over. And everybody else, we will have a great night, and hopefully we can enjoy another great matchup here.
Good night, everybody.